So we're watching this beating. This beating by the Chiefs on the rate of 41-14. But I ain't coming to talk about it. I came in here to talk about it. This will be y'all talking about. Like, why is Georgia fans still falling for all this eye candy and being dumb and delusional? Like, it's making me mad, bro. Like, I don't cuss on my video, but it's like the stuff I see on Instagram and YouTube. It's like, what the world y'all thinking? Like, time and time again, we fall for this, beating on Auburn, beating on Tennessee, beating on Kentucky, beating up on Missouri, beating up on Vanderbilt, and beating up on Florida. And we in my mind like, oh yeah, this team, this the one. Oh, regardless of the problems we got at quarterback, we winning games. That's all that matters. We winning games. Like, we're so used to getting beat by South Carolina, blowed out by South Carolina, blowed out by Florida. Now that we beat them, we happy. Like I remember the days, Georgia used to lose 3 to 4 games, losing to Georgia Tech, getting embarrassed by South Carolina, getting embarrassed by Florida. I remember those days. That was like 7, 8, 9 years ago. I know. Really 6 years ago. I mean, lost to Tennessee, in 2016. All that ain't Vanderbilt. I ain't gonna talk about that. But now we winning the SEC East, and basically every year we favor to win the SEC East, and all that. Now it's like we happy. Like no matter what our problems is, it's overlooked. Like, oh well, y'all just be happy we winning games. I mean, could be worse. Well, I mean, yeah, it could be worse. I mean, don't lie. It could definitely be worse. But it's like the talent we have, Georgia has. Well, Alabama has the best talent right now, the most talent. But if you add in experience and talent put together, Georgia has the best roster. Georgia has the best roster with experience and talent. Alabama had the most talented, but all around, the best roster is Georgia. I mean, that's just all to it. So, most of the games we won, could have won with me at quarterback, bro. I'm just being honest. I mean, like I said in the other video, it might look ugly. You might not win by 20 points and all that, and 20, 30 points. It might look ugly and more stressful, but we could have won. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's just like, bro, how dumb? Why are Georgia fans so dumb? Why? Like, it's been over 40 years, 42 years, 41, 42 years. And we still dumb. We had heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. Why? Because, I mean, yes, you can say, oh, our defense didn't hold them. Yes, but why? Mostly because our quarterback play or the offensive play calling, whatever you want to call it. And it's like, it's the video. Like I said, I appreciate everything Stetson has done for Georgia. Like for real, from bottom of my heart, I appreciate everything Stetson done for Georgia. It could have been way worse. Definitely last year. When Dwayne Mathis wasn't ready, he clearly wasn't ready. And we probably would have, lost to Auburn and plenty more teams. But it's the thing what gets me about, Stetson. Like, and the announcers don't make it no better. I want to slap all of them on ESPN, on SEC Network, and definitely like Garrett Danielson, whatever the name is, that be having the SEC Network games, at 3:30 and all that. Like, I want to slap them. I just want to slap the fire out of them, man. Like, on every time on ESPN and announcers like, well, how do he just plugged JT Daniels in because the way Stetson has been winning games and the way he's able to run the ball. Like they talking about him like he Lamar Jackson. They talking about his running ability like he Michael Vick. Like he just what I do there from USF Flowers. Oh, I forgot his name. They'll come at Zay Flowers, not Zay Flowers. Nah, that's the wide receiver, I think. Yeah, that's the wide receiver. Anyway, the quarterback, they gonna come back to me from USF, who was used to average like 145, 150 rush yards for USF. Like, anyway, like they talking like him. Oh, his running ability is what sets him apart from JT Daniels and makes the offense more dimensional. Like, bruh, oh my goodness, y'all just don't know how mad it made me to hear that. I just want to turn Georgia. I could be having a good time watching Georgia. It just make me want to turn the TV off. Like, for real, it just made me want to turn the TV off when I hear that. Like, he's the best option right now. Like, bro, what the? And there's Georgia fans falling for this, man. We falling for this. Like, I see it on Instagram, YouTube. We falling for this. We falling like they're like Obama. Like, we falling for this. Bama is setting us up for failure, dog. Bama, I tell people, like, oh, Bama lost Texas A&M. Yes, they did. Bama struggled against Tennessee. Bama, you know, they struggled against, they almost lost the LSU. Yes, they did. You know, but when it's come time in December, SEC championship in Atlanta, Saban gonna rule out the ones who not focused. And guess who? He gonna play the ones that's focused and bought in. And them boys gonna be ready to play. Them boys is gonna be ready to play in Atlanta. Regardless of what Alabama did. Struggle win against Florida. Lost to Texas A&M. Struggle win against LSU. And regardless of what they do against Arkansas, struggle, and Auburn. Bonus hurt. Whatever, I don't care. Well, I do care. I don't wish no injuries on nobody. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Them boys gonna be ready to play in Atlanta. And I would hate for Bama to just come and just take the soul out of Georgia like they did last year. But that's what's gonna happen. We setting us up. We setting ourselves up. Last year was Stetson. Stetson, he said us against Arkansas. He came in, did pretty good. Stetson for Heisman came in versus Auburn. He had like 275 pass yards, I think. 265 pass yards. And all that good stuff. And then I think we in Tennessee. You did Tennessee, and then we played Bama. And first half, we was like, okay, Bama, Georgia up. First half. Then second half, Bama kept on coming. People say, Bama made adjustments. That's good coaching by Saban. Saban didn't do nothing. Players was open the whole game. Bama didn't make no adjustment. They probably thought they did, but Georgia players were still open. It's just Stetson. I know last year was last year and this year. But the thing is, the problem is, it's still the same problems from last year he got now. He hasn't got, people say, he has gotten better. He hasn't gotten better. It just, teams probably got worse or Georgia's got more talent. Like, what did Georgia defense got, bro? Like, bro, it just blows me. Like, y'all, like I said, I don't cuss. Like, I don't even cuss on Instagram through text, on YouTube, on text. But it's like, bro, I just want to send, like, I don't want to waste my time. Because it's like, if it's 100 Georgia fans, 45 of them will be like, they want Stetson Bennett. Or 60 of them will be like, they want Stetson Bennett. And it's like, I can't send everybody a text. I mean, I can, but I ain't got time to send 60 people a text, a paragraph of why they dumb. Like, right, we setting ourselves up for failure and heartbreak. And, like, yes, it feels good. Yes, it feels good to go undefeated in the SEC for the first time since 1982. But we got the talent. Like, and the teams we played, it's sorry. Like, they not on Georgia level. Florida. Like, think about this. Bro, if Florida had somewhat of good quarterback play, like a Georgia fan, I ain't gonna say us. Some Georgia fans, the cupcake fans, we won by 30 points. You know, but regardless how we won by 30 points, look not every game our defense is going to have 4 turnovers. And thing is, our defense, I tell people right now, since Missouri, I noticed from the start of Missouri game, our defense not the same with Adam Anderson. We lost the gill. If our defense was a 99 with Adam Anderson, now I dropped down to like a 95, which is still good, but it's not the same unless Robert Bill Jr. steps up, which is, I don't know, maybe he take these next 2 games charging to Georgia Tech, and, he used that game to develop better. And I mean, it's his 5th year. I don't know if he really could get any better this late in the season. I mean, he could, but I don't know. But, or Nolan Smith steps up, which is he could steps up, or Trayvon Walker, or Jalen Carter, or, and Chaz Chambers, he looked good at the end of the Tennessee game, but I don't know. But they not Adam Anderson. Adam Anderson was potentially a top 10 pick. At this rate, if he would have been played, he would have probably had 11, he had, 5.5 sacks. He would have probably had 8.5 sacks right now if he was able to play the Missouri and Tennessee game. And he would probably had like 3 against Charleston Southern and probably 3 against Georgia Tech. 2.5 against Georgia Tech. He would have probably, by the time the season ended, he would have probably had about 11 sacks or more. Like, just straight up. So, that's gone. Like, we might not even get him back. He not even play another snap of football. Hopefully he do. But I don't know if he going to ever play, not just for Georgia, but period. Like, he might get locked up. So, our defense is not the same defense without Adam Anderson. We lost the gift. So, you can't say, our defense going to just clamp Bama just because they struggled against LSU, scored 20 points against LSU. That's not going to be the same Bama team. That Bama team, we see it time and time again. Saban going to have them boys ready in Atlanta. Them boys are going to be Bryce Young. He going to give us problems. We struggle against running QBs, as you've seen. Henry Hooker. I mean, although we had 7 sacks, which it didn't even feel like it. We had 7 sacks. But there was a lot of plays we missed. We could have had 10 sacks. But Henry Hooker gave Georgia problems. I know Bryce Young ain't as strong and developed, muscle-wise now, as Henry Hooker, because Henry Hooker like 210 pounds. Bryce Young like 185, 190. Bryce Young like 193. So, yes, I know it's going to be harder to bring out Henry Hooker. But still, though, Bryce Young is quick, and he got better arm talent than Henry Hooker. And not mentioning, you got Jameson Williams, who Keely Ringo probably going to guard. And Keely Ringo not ready for Jameson Williams right now. Like, Keely Ringo, I like Keely Ringo, but he's not there yet. I mean, I want him to be, but it's a lot of games where he got beat a lot. And luckily, the pass was off the line. Like, basically, every game we played, he got beat. Whether you like it or not. I mean, like I say, he's going to get better. Hopefully. He got to stay healthy if you stay healthy. But Keely Ringo not ready for no Jameson Williams. I mean, Darren Kendrick, he might, do good against John Mechie. I mean, because Darren Kendrick, regardless, yeah, he got, it was just better catches. I mean, he been there most of the time. He been in the right position. It was just a better catch. That's all it was. So I ain't gonna say nothing about Darren Kendrick. I mean, besides versus Tennessee, he missed some key tackles. I mean, that was probably our worst tackling game all year. I mean, Lewis Seen finally missed a tackle. That's rare. I mean, Lewis Seen missed a tackle, and they got 20 yards from it. I think, like 20, first down for sure. And then, Darren Kendrick missed a tackle. And then Tillman got like 45 yards after that. So it was just a bad tackling game by Georgia. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but yeah, like come on, think about it. What game has Stetson won us? Because in Florida, I thought for sure he was gonna get benched by Florida, and that's the thing. Like, Georgia has been getting stops. Georgia get like 2 to 3 stops in a row. What happens when we can't get 2 to 3 stops in a row? Like, and our offense start off slow. Like, for instance, on Tennessee, I mean, Georgia, we third. It was like 3rd and third down and 5. They send a blitz and a safety get and Stetson Bennett vision. And we got, I think it was Kenny McIntosh. He was wide open for the first down. Or was it Lat McConkey? It was somebody. And Stetson Bennett could see over him a safety. And he threw it way over his head. And as soon as he threw it, he knew he was messed up. And we had to put the ball. Like, it's the little things. The big thing, I like ever since like Missouri, when Kenny McIntosh wide open for the touchdown, instead he threw it, inaccurate pass, and he had a one-handed, and we don't score a touchdown off that. But Tennessee, and I understand you're not gonna be perfect. I know you can't be perfect every game, and I mean I definitely know you can't be perfect every game. Even Joe Burrow wasn't perfect every game. The last year, I mean, stats-wise, Auburn. He still had over 300 yards, I think, versus Auburn, like 325. But that was it was kind of a bad game. I think he had like 2 interceptions versus Auburn. But either way, Joe Burrow, he won that championship. I mean, we ain't got no Joe Burrow in Georgia right now. There ain't no Joe Burrow in college football right now. Either way, like I was saying, man, like Tennessee, Brock Ball was wide open for the I know, like I said, you ain't gonna be perfect. And you gonna make mistakes. And like I said, I'm just a couch fan. I'm just a diehard couch Georgia fan. You feel me? Like, I ain't contributed to the Georgia program in practice or nothing. But still, like I said, like Brock Ball's wide open. Like a nice route, nice play calling. Nobody's like 8 yards. Nobody is like 8 yards near him. And instead of a walk-off touchdown, what should have been, he throws in front of Brock Bowers in the field. That's a walk-off touchdown. But instead, he throws it. Brock Bowers got to make an acrobatic catch. And then it ruled incomplete. Next thing you know, we get a 2nd and 20. Yeah, a 2nd and 20 after that. Instead of a walk-off touchdown, now we got to get a 2nd and 20. And then we got to try to fight our way to the end zone. And luckily, James Cook get matched up on a linebacker. We scored a touchdown. I mean, James Cook I called it out. I said James Cook was going to have a good game. He did. I called it out. But, I mean, it's like the little things, and Georgia fans happy with it. Like, what's good is 35 to 40, 35 to 50 yards by a quarterback. What is that? I mean, you're not running for 100 plus. Like, what, 100 plus and 2 touchdowns? 150 yards, like announcers be talking like he Lamar Jackson, like, his running ability, what sets him apart from JT Daniels. Like, I don't care about that. I don't care about those 25 to 50 yards rushing extra. Like, that, what it's gonna do against Henry To'oTo'o and Christian Harris? They waiting on him to run. They gonna run back 30 yards and for him to run. They dare him to run. Honestly, he's not gonna outrun Will Anderson. Like, honestly, you seen what the Tennessee dude did? And Stetson Bennett thought he was fast enough, and luckily he got horse collar. Cause that's how it's gonna be. Basically, every time we play a talented defense, Ohio State got Zach Harrison. He running like a 4.47. I mean, he not that. I mean, he's quick a little bit, and like he could move around a little bit. He's a little fun. Like, he's short, so it look funny. It look good when he run. He just weave around and slide and all that. But bro, that's not gonna win us nothing. Honestly, like, those 35 to 50 rushing yards are cute. Like I say, it's cute. But I'd rather have the extra 100 to 200 passing yards by JT Daniels than 35 to 50 rushing yards by Stetson Bennett. Like, come on. You notice, like, they not scared of us. Like, they felt like they had a chance to win. Like, Missouri, Tennessee, definitely Tennessee. Like, Florida, this Florida team defense was horrible. But against us, they look good. Like I said, you take away those interceptions and fumble by Florida. I mean, you can't take away. I'm just saying, if Florida had somewhat good quarterback play and balls man play, and just punt the ball off or whatever, or kick the field goal, that game is different because we weren't going to score. Not with Stetson Bennett, we weren't going to score like that. Like, teams, they dare us to throw the ball. They feel like they could make a play on it. Like, you got the safeties coming up, cornerbacks pressing up, you know, and linebackers coming up, you know. I mean, luckily we got like talented players, you know, Donnie Mitchell. I mean, I hate Aaron Smith got hurt, you know, that was a big blow. Like he was gonna be crucial late in games. You know, when defense is tired, he come in with fresh legs and blow the top off, like on a safety or whatever. That was big. That's a big loss. Either way, we got time to play like the running backs. And in our run game, it don't heat up until the inferior teams run out of gas. Like Tennessee, they was stopping our run. You know, Missouri, they was stopping our run. Like we don't really start running the ball till like the mid third quarter. That's when our depth kick in, and you know we can rotate 3 to 4 running backs or whatever, and they still got the same players in our offensive line start getting them pancaked. That's the only time we really start running the ball. Like against Bama, well they got 2, 3, 4 players to rotate in, and they 4 stars and 5 stars. Like look at this, Chris Allen got hurt, you know. And Drew Sanders came in. And, you know, he did pretty good. They rotate Dallas Turner in. And now he got what? He only been, you know, starting 2 games. And he got what, 3.5 sacks already? Like, we didn't sign no Dallas Turner. I wish he would have. I watched Dallas Turner, you know, develop. Like, you know, I know he was like, you know, a lock to Georgia. He was like 100% Georgia. He was ranked like 244th player. Then he went from like 187. Then he went to like 55. Then he went to like 32nd player of the nation. And he went like the 24th. Next thing you know, he was the 8th ranked player in the nation, composite. I was like, bro, we don't have that. You know, like I said, Robert Beard Jr., he's good. But you could tell the drop-off rate from Adam Anderson and him. Anderson was looking like a top 10 pick. That's gone for now. I don't know. Maybe the girl, you know, feels bad and she be like, okay, like I just wanted to be over with and drop charges or whatever. And Adam Anderson could come back for the Georgia Tech game or Alabama game. I don't know. But right now he's gone. Our defense not the same. Like, and you can't have, and the thing is, you can't go 2 to 3 drives against Bama without scoring. Not scoring touchdowns, but just scoring points in general. A lot of times we don't score at all. We might go, like the Florida game. The score was 3-3. 3-3 with like 3 minutes left, 2 to 3 minutes left. And then luckily we got the script. You know, luckily we got the script fumble. And we scored a touchdown off of. And the pick 6, well, the pick by Nolan Smith. Then the pick 6, and then the game was over after that. Like, if that don't happen, shoot, Georgia wins the game 17-6 probably. Like, and Florida defense not that good. Like, and Georgia fans, the cupcake fans like, y'all just should be happy that Georgia winning games. Like, we should. We got the best talent, arguably 1A, 1B in talent. We should beat up on Auburn and them. Like, that's just how it is. Definitely with a new coach. Like we so blind about the wins, which is we have been, you know, since, you know, we're from and all that. We so blind about the wins. We don't even look at the main problem. Like, what happens when we can't run the ball? Like, at all, against Bama. And Stetson Bennett got to come out there and win the game. What happens when a defense can't stop Jameson Williams, you know? Because we ain't got Adam Anderson no more. And so Bryce Young going to have extra time. Like Missouri and Tennessee quarterbacks, they had way more time than they should have. And Bryce Young can run. You know, he's quick. He can move around the pocket, make you miss, and throw a strike. That's him. So, and you got Jameson Williams coming across the middle and with that 4.3 speed and scoring a 65-yard touchdown. Like, what happens? Because that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen. So what happens when Georgia have to play, you know, they go 2 to 3 drives without scoring, and next thing you know, Bama up 17-3, which Georgia ain't never been put in that situation all year. We down 17-3, and and it might be too late, you know. And Bama got momentum, and when JT Daniels do come in, he's rusty, so we don't score. Next thing you know, it's 20-3. They get a field goal, then we finally score. Then it's 20-10, and then you know we get another drop. Then it's 17-20. We score again with JT Daniels. Then next thing you know, they want Bama get hot again, and they score. Then it's too late. We're like, oh man. And then we like, man, JT Daniels played the whole game. Georgia could have won. Then we got a loss. Then it's like, man, Georgia ain't so tough after all. Man, why? I just don't get it. Like, why Georgia fans do this? Like, why y'all? I had Georgia fans really say if JT Daniels was in the game, he would have got sacked a lot, and we would have probably lost more games. How, bro? Most of the time, Stetson Bennett run because he wants to. He runs to feel useful. Like I said, I'm not bashing Stetson Bennett. I'm just saying the obvious what makes me so mad about Georgia fans. Like, it's a lot of times where Georgia players be open, waving their hand. Jermaine Burton waving his hand like crazy. Darnell Washington wide open. You know, Brock Bowers waving his hand. Donnie Mitchell, Kerry Jackson waving their hand like crazy. Instead of throwing a 15-yard pass, Stetson Bennett gets the 5 or 6 yard run, a 5 to 8 yard run, and making it seem like he's doing so much. When the only thing he had to do was just throw the ball. But he want to run, make it seem like he's so valuable to the team. Like, that happens all the time. I'm like, he wide open. Like, yes, he makes some good throws and good plays every now and then. What does he do? But it's the fact that, bro, like, to win championships, you got to do that on a consistent level. Like, you can't, like, against Tennessee, he went, 7? He finally completed 17 passes. You know, usually, I think the most he completed was 15 all year. I mean, he finally completed 17. He was 17 for 33? Man, that's like 13 for 39 against Bama in Atlanta. Like, that's 13 for 39 against Bama in Atlanta. Like, come on, man. That's not going to... Those 225 yards passing and 35 yards rushing by him is not going to beat Bama. Unless, like I say, Bama plays absolutely horrible. Or Georgia force, like, 3 to 4 turnovers, and we don't turn the ball over. Or worse, like I say, Bryce Young get hurt, and Paul Tyson got to come in, and he just, can't hit the side of a barn, and Georgia just, rise off that because he can hit the side of a barn, and we win the game. But if Bama come to play, it's a 95% chance they will in Atlanta, and Stetson comes in, and as we seen, Kirby's scared. Kirby feels like he's so confident in his defense. He feels like, Stetson can still win us the game. Like, cause I thought for sure in the Florida game he was gonna get pulled. I was like, JT Daniels finna come in now with that second interception. He finna come in now. But our defense came and stepped up and bailed us out. Then it's like, oh man, Stetson's still in the game. Like, but y'all just don't understand, dog. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like we setting ourselves up for disappointment. We setting ourselves up. Like, it's the same Stetson Bennett. Just a new year. I mean, he gonna have flashes. Then he gonna have head-scratching plays. That's who he is. And, like, announcers just make it seem like he just, like, we could have won games with basically any quarterback on the roster. And it's crazy, man. This video 30 minutes long. I just got to get it out because I just want to slap the fire out of y'all Georgia fans and announcers and all of them for all this foolishness. Like what happens? Like, it's gonna be a game where our defense just look horrible. I mean, if Tennessee had the talent, that probably would have been the game. No, definitely what they talking about, the players had the flu and all that. Like if Tennessee had Georgia talent, we would have lost that game. Like the way Tennessee run that offense, and with Stetson Bennett playing and going 2 to 3 drives without scoring, Tennessee could have won that game. I'm just being straight up. Like that offense can work if Tennessee get the players and they get the talent and they get a George Pickens type player and they get a Aaron Smith, and they get a Brock Bowers type player, which they can. I mean, offense, they get all. I mean, I ain't saying they're gonna be good. I ain't gonna say Tennessee gonna win the East and all the SEC championship. I'm just saying offensively, they can get those players because players trying to go to the NFL, and you get transfers, and a player like from Ohio, let's say Ohio State wide receiver transfer. Like, I want to get some, and all that. Like he could get them, and when he see the offense, like man, like he throwing the ball 37, 38 times, and the wide receiver was getting 120 yards a game off this offense. There's no huddle offense that hike the ball in like 7 seconds. Like they gonna come and they get the talent. I'm just saying. So and regardless, I mean Tennessee fans, if Josh Heupel continue to drop 35, 40 points and have top 15 offenses, how can you fire him? How can you fire him? Who are you gonna bring in? If you fire a coach who averaging 35, 40 points a game, and it looks fun, even though if Tennessee lose, it's looking fun because they scoring points. They scoring 30 points on Bama. They scoring 30 points on Georgia, even if they give up 45. How can you fire him? Who you gonna bring in that for certain they're gonna do better? That's what I'm saying. So once Tennessee, I mean, it's just hard, dog. Like so we falling for it, bro. Like we falling for the Stetson over JT Daniels mess. Like, come on. If Stetson Bennett played versus Mississippi, I know it was last year. Well, Stetson Bennett played versus Mississippi State last year. Georgia lost that game. We lose that game in Athens. JT Daniels had to throw for 401 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Georgia won by 7. Think about if there was 235 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Georgia probably lose that game. We lose to Mississippi State. Let it sink in. At home. Cincinnati. And that's what I was saying, like, those plays, like, that matter. Like, we can't get to a game, like the play I was talking about JT Daniels, or Stetson Bennett with Kenny McIntosh, and he could throw it out in front of him and Brock Bowers, and then, we had to work for it harder. Like last year, Cincinnati. JT Daniels, by any means, didn't play a good game. He stats-wise, yes, 392 yards. But he left 3 touchdowns on the field that came back and hunted us. Like, the George Pickens play, like, George Pickens had his man beat. He had that acrobatic catch. He had dove for it. And next thing you know, he threw an interception in the red zone. The Kobe Bryant. That hurted us. Like, we lost momentum. Then Cincinnati putting the ball back. So think about that 7 points we left. We didn't get nothing. We got an interception. Then the 2 Aaron Smith plays where Aaron Smith had his man beat by 12 yards and the ball was underthrown. And then, we didn't score. I think we got a field goal off that drive. And then the other play where he had him beat again, but the ball was slightly behind him. And luckily, on the interception, and that was supposed to be a touchdown by Aaron Smith again. And I think he had turned the ball over. I think he had that fumble on that one, or it could have been the other one where Aaron Smith did catch it, and he tried to move around the pocket and fumble the ball. It's necessary recovery. So that's what I'm saying. Like, those plays matter. And Stetson Bennett don't have the arm. Like, unless it's wide open, like completely wide open, he'll make 1 or 2 throws. Like, man, that's a good throw. Like the throw he had at James Cook versus Tennessee, then the throw he had against Missouri, the Aaron Smith, like, those good throws. But like, we're talking about continually, like, that's what gonna have to take to win a championship. Like, you can't take or one good quarter, or two good quarters, or three good quarters. They take all 4 quarters of pressure, all 4 quarters of consistency, and making throws, making right reads, dog. And I don't know why Georgia fans, they think like we can win it with Stetson Bennett. Like I said, we lost Adam Anderson. Unless somebody else steps up, that I don't see it. I don't. Like, I know what it take, dog. Like, we see this all the time with Jake Fromm. We seen it with Fromm. Oh, Jake Fromm, we don't need him to do that. We don't need him to throw 30 passes. Well, I mean, we can win as long as we win it with him throwing 21 passes and 265 passing yards. That's all that matters. Like, what happened when he gotta come and win us a game? Like, I'm not here to talk about Jay Fromm. I want to, but I ain't here to talk about it. He ain't that relevant right now. Bro, like, that's... I'm probably gonna make another video soon, before the SEC championship and all that. But like, bro, y'all Georgia fans gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop believing this nonsense that Stetson Bennett can actually win us, beat Bama. But one thing I do know, if Stetson Bennett, and I put on everything I love, if Stetson Bennett proves me wrong and beats Bama, beats the first round of the playoffs, and wins the national championship, I will make a 45-minute video of how I was wrong of Stetson Bennett. If I have to. I mean, I'll make a video for sure, but I'll make it as long as this one. And say I was wrong for not believing in Stetson Bennett and doubting him and trying to choose JC Daniels over him. I will do it. If he comes out and beats Bama and wins the natty, I would do it right hand. I'll do it. I'll make a video and see I was wrong. I admit it, I was wrong. But I don't think that video will have to come to that because I don't see him winning it. Anyway, man, I gotta get some games. I gotta release some stress. I'm stressed. I just gotta get a game because this is blowing me with Georgia fans. I'm out.